Imagine you stumble across an investment opportunity that just looks totally legitimate. You're scrolling online, maybe reading an article, and boom, there it is. A sleek, premium-looking financial platform right there on your screen. The branding, flawless. The interface, super intuitive. It looks exactly like the real deal. You see, modern financial scams are so incredibly dangerous precisely because they build trust by perfectly mimicking real professional companies. I mean, they don't just send a random, poorly spelled email asking for cash anymore. No, they build an entire illusion. A highly professional website, a polished mobile app, real-time profit charts. They've got customer reviews, an About Us page, the whole shebang with glowing online testimonials. And the goal here? It isn't to trick you into believing you're dealing with some stranger. The goal is to make you genuinely believe you're doing business with an established, highly successful institution. Because, once they have your trust, getting your money becomes incredibly easy. Okay, let's dive into this. This is right where the psychological trap gets set. You decide, hey, I'm just going to test the waters. So you make what feels like a perfectly safe, totally manageable initial deposit of, let's say, $1,000. Fast forward a few days, you log back into the app, and wow, your dashboard suddenly shows an upward trend. Your balance is now sitting at $1,150. This right here is what we call the small win. It is a highly calculated psychological hook. Seeing that profit right there in green makes the investment feel undeniably real. You feel like, finally, your money is working for you. And naturally, your guard drops completely. But here's the massive, terrifying problem with all of this. That money, it may not actually be there. I mean, a number appearing on a screen absolutely does not prove that the cash exists in any real-world bank account. In these highly sophisticated scams, those displayed profits are literally just pixels. They are just numbers hard-coded inside a fake system. And they're meticulously designed to do exactly one thing: convince you to deposit even more. Because once you see that fake profit, a very specific psychological sequence takes over. First, you feel incredibly confident, so you deposit more. Maybe you bump it up to $5,000 and then $10,000. At this stage, the scammer doesn't even have to convince you to send money anymore because your own excitement is doing all the heavy lifting for them. Your brain is already visualizing that future wealth. Stopping now would mean giving up on that dream, so you just keep feeding the machine. And this brilliantly illustrates the crazy disparity between reality and illusion. Your actual deposits might be, say, around $15,000, but that fake displayed balance, it's telling you you're sitting on $50,000. Psychologically, you believe you've discovered an absolute gold mine. You become deeply emotionally invested in that $50,000 figure, which makes it nearly impossible for your brain to justify stopping. Eventually, though, you decide it's time to take some of those profits off the table. You request a withdrawal, and suddenly, you hit a total brick wall. This platform, which has been so incredibly smooth and accommodating up to this exact moment, just freezes your request. Your displayed balance says $50,000, but the actual funds available to you, zero. Instead of releasing your money, the platform suddenly hits you with these unexpected demands. They claim you need to pay a withdrawal fee, or they might call it an international tax payment, or a verification charge, or even a mandatory account upgrade fee. And the explanation always sounds highly official and totally plausible. So desperately wanting to get your hands on that $50,000, you pay it. But then another fee is demanded, and then another. This is the classic advance fee scam mechanism. It keeps you paying because you falsely believe that a massive payout is waiting just behind one last little hurdle. At this point, you naturally start to panic, right? So you reach out for help. You contact customer support through the app, and someone responds really quickly. They sound professional, they use all this complex financial terminology, and they patiently assure you that your account is perfectly safe, explaining exactly why the withdrawal is delayed. But here's the twist. This is fake customer support. The agent typing out those reassuring messages is literally part of the exact same scam operation. You're no longer just trusting a fake website. You're now trusting a person who appears to represent a totally legitimate financial company. And what about all those other investors? You look online and you see comments like, I made $20,000, best investment I've ever made. I withdrew my profits successfully. Well, this is manipulated social proof, fake accounts, fake screenshots, and completely fabricated success stories. They are manufactured specifically to make you feel comfortable taking the risk. Seeing someone else claim they made money online is absolutely not proof that an investment is real. Then comes the pressure.
Scammers love to introduce a false sense of urgency to force your hand before you can even think clearly. They'll barrage you with phrases like, invest today, the opportunity closes tonight, or prices are about to increase. This is a deliberate tactic to cut down your time to research or even just consult a friend. They want to force panicked, split-second decisions. Legitimate investments? They never require you to panic to participate.
Now, what's really interesting here is an uncomfortable truth. Why do smart, educated people fall for this? It's so incredibly easy to assume that only naive individuals get caught in these traps, but that is entirely false.
These scams, they do not attack your intelligence, they attack your psychology. They target human greed, fear, misplaced trust, the fear of missing out, and frankly, our deeply rooted desire to improve our financial situations. These victims aren't stupid for sure. They are just psychologically cornered. You see, once a victim has invested a really large amount, admitting they were wrong becomes psychologically devastating. It creates this vicious sunk cost cycle. More money goes in simply because the victim is desperately trying to recover what they flat out refuse to admit they've already lost.
And then comes the devastating climax, the exit. Without warning, the website just stops working. The app becomes totally inaccessible. Customer support goes completely silent. Those social media accounts, they vanish into thin air. The victim is left staring at a stark, glitching error screen, finally realizing the terrible truth. The profits on the screen were never real, and the actual money they deposited is gone forever. Let's move to how to protect yourself. Actionable verification strategies.
So here are 6 essential rules to protect your wealth. Number 1, never judge an investment by a beautiful website design. It proves absolutely nothing about its legitimacy. 2, verify the company independently using outside regulatory sources. 3, beware of guaranteed returns. Remember, every real investment carries risk. 4, and this is absolutely crucial, never ever pay unexpected fees to unlock supposed profits. A demand for extra money just to withdraw your own funds is a massive red flag. 5, don't trust screenshots of huge balances as actual proof. And finally, number 6, resist the pressure to invest immediately. If they're pushing you or getting aggressive, just walk away immediately.
So the crucial point is that the most dangerous financial scam out there isn't the one that looks suspicious or poorly put together. It's the one that looks entirely professional. It has the app, the support team, the fancy charts, and the glowing testimonials. It makes you feel like everything is totally normal. Protecting your money isn't just about understanding markets anymore. It's about understanding exactly how bad actors manipulate human trust through a perfectly polished professional facade. Because when a fraudulent opportunity looks exactly like a real business, asking yourself, does this look legitimate, is completely the wrong question. The only question that matters, and literally the single difference that could save you thousands of dollars, is this: can I independently prove that it is legitimate?